going to show you how to make a cool little secret storage box for all your mini eggs that you're going to get over the Easter holidays. So in order to make our box, we're going to need a few things. We need a net of a cuboid. This is one that I've printed off from Google. Or if you really want to test your 3D shape knowledge, you can draw one yourself like I have here. So my rectangles to make up my cuboid are 5 centimeters up and 8 centimeters across. And then the dimensions for my 2 squares on the sides are 5 centimeters up and 5 centimeters across. The width of my tabs are 1 centimeter, so there's lots of space for us to start gluing. If you would like to make a glittery style box, then you will need some glittered card. If you don't have those, that's not a problem. You can use newspaper and magazines. However, if you are going to use a magazine, what I recommend doing is sticking 2 pieces of the magazine paper together, so then you end up with a sheet that has card sort of thickness. And then finally, in order to stick our cuboids together, you are going to need some Pritt stick, although if you don't have any of this, we can make do with some sellotape. So the first thing you're going to want to do is cut out the template that you've made, or cut out the one. So what we're going to do now is cut round our net of the cuboid, ready for us to stick it onto the back of the card, newspaper or magazine. So because we want our box to have this beautiful gold and glycerin exterior, we are going to need to stick the net on the side that you do not want to be on the outside. So now that I have my net successfully stuck onto the back of my glitter card, I'm now going to take my scissors and cut round the outside. So now I've finished cutting out my cuboid net, and it should look something like this. So it's either going to have the Google template facing up or the one that you've drawn yourself. So the next thing we are going to do is start to fold up our cuboid. So as you can see, there's lots of dotted lines across all of this net. Dotted lines mean fold. So we are going to go ahead and fold across every single dotted line we see, even the ones on the flaps here. And to help me make those creases extra stiff, we are going to use a ruler just to flatten it down, and I will show you how to do that. So to make that flattening out technique a little bit more clearer for you, I'm going to fold down the edge here, and then I'm going to take the ruler and I'm going to drag it over the crease to make it even more flat, and just to really make it very flat. Once it's all folded, you should have something looking a bit like this. So all the creases have been folded, and even the tabs as well. The next step is assembling or making our cuboid. So in order to do that, we need to know which tabs to stick and where. So I have done a little instruction here. So if you get your net facing like mine, we are going to stick on this tab here and this tab here, so on the inside, okay? And then if I turn it over, everywhere where I've done a star, a few stars, that is where the glue is going. So there's none here, none on these 2 sides, here there are, and here, okay? So if I turn it over, we are sticking on these top 2, we turn it back over again, sticking on the bottom 2, and these here. So before we start gluing, I thought I would show you how it's going to start looking. So here is our net. Okay, so imagine if we glued this side down and this one. We are going to tuck this one here like that, so that would be stuck here. And then we would slide this bit underneath here. Same on this side, we would tuck this one here, and with the other one there. And then if you turn it over, these 2 are going to be stuck down, because like we said, can you see it says stick? We're going to stick these 2 down here, and then we would end up with a little box. So now that we've labelled where we're going to start sticking, if you would like to draw a design on the inside of your box, so when it opens there's patterns or colours or things that you stuck down, now is the time to do it. So now we have our net completed, we know where we're going to start sticking, and that we've had the opportunity to do any designs that we want to do on the inside, we can now officially start making our net. So for those of us who are using sellotape, I've done a guide here. So with your net like this, On the two square flaps, I have a bit of sellotape facing outwards, so this is the sticky side. And then I have sticky side facing in on the top one, same here, and then facing out sticky here. And then I have sticky on this side, on the bottom, and on this side as well. So I folded up the sellotape version the same way that I stuck down the glue, but sometimes it's worth just having a go before you commit with your glue and your sellotape. Just have a go without any of that, just folding it up and seeing and having a picture in your head of where the tabs are going to go and what's going to stick to what. So now, after all that folding and sticking, we have now got our very own mini egg secret box. And the one that I had originally, it has a kind of lock scheme here, so it's just like a little slide down here that you can fold up and then it won't open. If you would like to make that kind of lock box attachment, all you will need is a long thin strip of card and then a shorter and wider bit. So the first thing you are going to do is take the short and wide one and then just put a little bit of glue on the top here, and then you're going to stick that onto the flap. You're going to take your longer and thinner piece and put glue on each of the edges here. And then once we have done that, we are going to stick this down about there, like that. In order to lock your box, you're going to take this piece here and then slide it down the middle here, because we didn't stick that piece down, and then there we go, we have a locked box. So here we have our finished box, and of course it doesn't have to be Easter themed at all. So we have another similar one here, the gold. Then we have the newspaper one, so you could have used your favourite article or cut and pasted some of your celebrity faces on here. And if you're more into animals, I did a leopard print one on here. I just used orange and red and black paint in here. So let's see if this one works then. So if I pop that one there and then I want to hide one of my little eggs in here, if I use the lock box and just shut the lid down, there we go, all safe and sound. I would love to see your versions of these boxes, so please send them in to me. See you next time.